And welcome to day 15 of the 2024 Beer Advent Calendar Series here on MKE Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ross.
I'm Lau.
And we are back. It is day 15. We are cruising through this Advent calendar this month, heading our way towards Christmas, and we are also heading back to Milwaukee because we are going to drink a beer tonight from Component Brewing out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And this is a special beer brewed with love for the city of Milwaukee called Hoan is Where the Hef Is. So this is what they call hometown Hefeweizen, comes in at 5.5%. Hefeweizens are typically German beer. Not typically, they are. Not typically. So this one... the description on the can The description on the can says, a traditional golden wheat beer, a good Hefeweizen can feel like home. Slightly sweet and delightfully fruity, Hoan is where the hef is. Our liquid love letter to Milwaukee, just in time for 414 Day, which was a few months ago. Full-bodied and brightly carbonated, this beer is the perfect accompaniment to the summer activities, barbecues, and tailgates that Milwaukee is well known for. Prost. So, typically you want to drink these young. We'll see how this thing is. I never had it fresh, so I don't have a comparison.
I have. So, I'm curious how this one is less fresh.
Nothing says Hefeweizen like -3-degree temperatures. Let's get into this.
Hey, I'll drink a Hefeweizen all year. I don't care.
Is it -3 today?
Here it is.
It is currently 7 degrees somewhere. Pour this thing out. Should be a nice golden color. Oh, that's pretty. It's got some good clarity to it.
Yeah.
More than I was expecting with a Hefeweizen.
Yeah, you get a little more haziness, I think, in some of your traditional ones. I mean, they get this one clean. I mean, it's not Yours looks really dark on camera. Mine looks probably a little bit too.
It's a lot closer to yours, I think, in person.
Yeah.
It's my lighting in here.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a clear one, but
yeah. Lots of carbonation bubbles, some clarity I wasn't anticipating, but that doesn't mean that it's not a great Hefeweizen. So let's get a little nose on this thing. That's a good nose.
It is.
Yeah. As I was pouring it, I got a pretty big whiff of bananas, but I get less of that when I'm in here.
Got a very traditional banana clove nose to it. Maybe a little sweeter than I typically get out of like a traditional like German Hefeweizen, but it's a good nose for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a very pleasant nose, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's...
Yeah. I was a little worried it was going to be all banana flavor, like all banana, and I'm not a huge fan of Hefeweizens that really stray towards that flavor.
I love those, but
let's try this thing. See what we got.
Cheers, boys. So for as much as like that banana nose again on the nose, it's not as much on the palate in my opinion. I don't want to say clovey. That's the only word I can come up with right now. It's got more clove forward to this one. It's tasty. I do wish there was a little bit more of a sweet punch, a little more of that wheat sweetness coming out of it, but I do like that clove that's coming out of it. It's pleasant.
Actually, pretty impressed by this. I'm pretty impressed by
Pretty
how
good.
well it's held up too.
I think
since-
this is more up your style of Hefeweizen, Josh. I kind of figured you really like this one.
Yeah, it starts off. Clovey is a good term for it. It's a lot more clove forward on the front end of the palate, but the banana is for sure there. And actually, like if you leave it sit on the palate, like I think more of the banana flavors start to come out the longer it sits. It's a little thinner, a little bit less viscosity on this, I think, than out of a traditional like German Hefeweizen. You get a little bit more of that like creaminess. It's a little bit more closer to like a medium mouthfeel. This is a little lighter than that, I think, but it's got great Hefeweizen flavor notes from the start to the finish of it. I really like this.
It's really good. I do agree. I get the clove. I don't get as much of the banana on the palate either. Maybe it comes eventually. I like that it has. I mean, it says delightfully fruity, and I kind of enjoy the Hefeweizens that straight towards the fruitier direction, not the banana direction. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stupid thing to say, but it does make sense what you're saying.
I mean, it probably is a stupid thing to say.
I really like this. I think it's tasty. I remember having this one in the tap room, actually. I remember liking this one a lot. I think it's still good. I would like this with a lemon. I think that would really add a lot to this. I know it's a traditional thing. I think that nice citrus punch would be really good to this. But this is really tasty. And even not fresh, it's damn tasty. It doesn't taste too far off from what I had at the tap room.
Nice.
I think it was back in the springtime we were there. So it's a good Hefeweizen. And to be blunt, there's not a lot of Hefeweizens in the area that I can think of. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't feel a lot of local breweries do good Hefeweizen. So I really applaud Component for doing this.
I know like Gathering Place does them. Sahala does a pretty good Hefeweizen, actually.
I mean, New Glarus does a good Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I feel like it's got a
Bubbler.
nice citrus note to it without even putting the lemon in it.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Component does good stuff. Like, I really like Component. It's one of those breweries I don't probably get to enough, especially considering where it is. It's a really cool spot in the Lincoln warehouse. Definitely one I should probably get to more. I think they do some really good stuff. So.
All right. So for a very Milwaukee-inspired beer, for Milwaukee Beer Review, Hoan is where the Hef is. If you're not familiar, Hoan is the name of the beautiful bridge we have down lakefront. Let's get this thing rolling with some ratings. Ross, why don't you start?
We'll go 4. I think it's a real solid 4. I really like this one. No complaints whatsoever. Hefeweizen isn't maybe my favorite style of German beers, but I do really appreciate them. I do really like them. I think this is a really good one. So a really solid 4.
Wow.
I'm going to go 3.75. I think it's really good. I think it's solid. I really enjoy it. I like Hefeweizens when they are like this, and this one's hitting what I would want out of a Hefeweizen. I've never had it before. I'd like to drink it out of the tap at their brewery someday, but this is really good.
Just out of the tap directly, or would you want in a
Do like a tap stand.
just
Tip me upside down, lift me up, let me go at it, see what I can do. Those don't work,
Steal
by
the
the way.
keg out of the brewery, dig a hole in the ground, and bury it.
We got to keep it cold.
You do. I'm going to agree with Ross for one of the first times in 15 days. I'm going with a 4 on this one.
we agreed yesterday?
We did. I said one of the first times. It's a good Hefeweizen. They did a really good job with this. I came into this actually with somewhat low expectations, especially just the dating on it. But it's held up really well. So well done, Component. An interesting add to the advent calendar, Gino, over at Three Cellars. Was not expecting to get a Hefeweizen in this box. So very, very cool. Have you tried this one? Let us know what you think in the comments. Day 15 in the books. We've got 9 episodes to go until Christmas Eve. So very curious to see how we finish this thing up. A little over a week left. We'll see all of you tomorrow on day 16.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye.